A dream I know, deep up my feelings for you. Watch.
Hello reality viewers, welcome back again to Reality Latest Gist, the home of news and politics. For this channel, we dey drop news every day and we dey react to every videos wey comes our way. And na reality news now we dey drop for this channel, and we dey also dey talk am as e be. If today na the first time we say you dey come across this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning subscribers, I appreciate all of una for una massive support to this channel. I say may God bless all of una in Jesus name. Amen. I get video where I want present to una this very moment, and I go to follow una, they watch the video. After we don't watch them together, make we drop our opinion constructively for the comment section. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. Bye for now.
I want to bring world attention. We've done a lot of programs today here in Piazza Castello in Italy, Milan, and we left our jobs, we left our duties to converge here on a purpose, and that purpose is to reach out to the world, to reach out to the global audience of IPOB, both lovers and haters of IPOB, the lovers and haters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We also want to reach out to the world leaders to bring their attention to what is presently happening in Nigeria as regard to the issue of Biafra seeking for referendum. And that is why we are here in Castello, Piazza Castello in Milan, Italy. If you can see behind me that there are lots of Biafrans with different attires and flags making the same demand for the unconditional release of the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was abducted in Kenya, extraordinarily rendition back to Nigeria through illegal process. And that is a very big crime. Nigeria violated international laws and the local laws as well by extraditing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through abduction, kidnap. And this same kidnap is going on locally within the Biafran territory. So we are here today to bring attention to the world, to look into what is happening. We've been shouting for a very, very long time, for years now, calling attention of the world, but we know that the world is paying attention, by the way, and we cannot say the world is not paying attention, because we have also seen certain reactions in certain quarters, and I know it's going to take some time for the world to be fully committed, but today we are telling the world to come in fully and commit themselves to the fundamental human rights of Biafran people, to commit themselves to the fundamental human rights of the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was abducted in Kenya, extraordinarily rendition back to Nigeria, and today he is in the dungeon of the Directorate of the State Security in a solitary confinement. He was supposed to appear in court last month, but the Nigerian state lacked the logistics to bring him to court, which was very, very, very funny and laughable. Today we are telling the world to put attention for the simple demand for referendum. The Biafran people are demanding for referendum, telling the world to give us the opportunity to vote through a plebiscite to decide the future of the new Biafran nation that is emerging right now. And the world cannot no longer pretend not to see this demand. The demand is very, very clear. The demand is very, very simple. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and give Biafrans referendum. And we've seen in recent time how the Biafrans have taken the measure, a very civil measure, to activate a sit-at-home process to send the message home. And it is working effectively. And we can see that the Nigerian economy is already in tatters, is shattering down. There are a lot of pleading, people asking that the Biafran people should return back to their businesses. But citing the issue of the economy of the eastern region. But my question is, without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, would there be any economy? By the way, the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is more important to the economy of the eastern region, because you cannot concentrate on the economy of the Eastern region without recognizing the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is illegally under detention in the DSS custody. You know, it is critical for somebody to be talking about economy of the Eastern region without even pointing to the fact that an activist, a freedom fighter, was abducted illegally in Kenya and renditioned back to Nigeria. I mean, where is the basis for this discussion and argument? So anybody who is talking about the economy of the Eastern region as a result of the sit-at-home order have not come to terms with the reality. Because what you should be asking is what have brought about the sit-at-home in the first place? That should be the question. We're not talking about the economy. We should follow issues from the foundation. The sit-at-home order was given as a result of the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu abduction, detention, the extraordinary rendition. I think that should be the focal point of the discussion, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released so that the people can return back to their businesses. That Biafrans should be given referendum so that the people will be able to vote and decide a future for themselves. Because when you talk about the economy, it will look as if the economy of the Eastern region has what it takes to compete with the economy of the world. The Eastern region economy is in shatter because there are no infrastructures in the first place to even support the economy you are talking about. So before you talk about the economy of the Eastern region, what about the infrastructure that are supposed to carry the economy? You know, so we should be looking at some of these things. We've seen the governors of the Eastern region talking about billions and billions of dollars that are being lost as a result of the sit-at-home exercise. And my question is, so where have the billions and billions you've been making over the years, where have they been? What have you used them for? You know, because for you to now say, oh, we are losing money, the money you've been making over the years, what are the infrastructure you've used them to develop? You know, so these are the questions the people should be asking. So it now points to the fact that the governors have been making billions all this while, and the people are not even seeing the result of these revenues. And that's the more reason people must reconsider the sit-at-home and continue to possibly let it go on. Because the governors also need to give us account of the money they have realized over the years by continuously tasking the people, making sure that people pay their taxes and all the revenues, internally generated revenues that they are losing now and they are crying for. You know, it shows that there are a lot of questions, that we need answer for. So I want to call attention of everybody to sit up and do what is necessary, from the leadership of the Eastern region, the politicians who have been deceiving themselves. One thing you need to know now is that the people are waking up. The awakening is there. You can no longer deceive the people like you used to do before. The leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the IPOB itself have been able to create a structure of enlightenment for the people. It's such that people, even on their own, have decided to sit at home, even when the sit at home have been called up. Now you find out that people are beginning to guide themselves because they have been able to get the right enlightenment. So it is time for the leadership of the Eastern region, the governors, to come back to reality and start putting their activities right, to be able to regain back, if there are at all, there are confidence that could be regained on the side of the people. I want to come by concluding that IPOB has a structure that was laid down by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, and he instructed us to follow this structure, that we should follow the structure that was laid down, which is the structure of the directorate. The Directorate of State is a structure that was laid down, and if you are a Biafran with common sense, you are supposed to know that working outside this structure is completely impossible. So I want to urge every Biafran around the world to rally around the Directorate of State and give them the support they need to be able to help us, to guide us in the right direction, to get to the destination for our freedom, because anybody who is telling you to ignore the activities of the Directorate of State is deceiving you, because the Directorate of State is the administrative body of the daily affairs and daily activities of the indigenous people of Biafra, and you cannot sideline them. You cannot sideline them to make IPOB succeed. So all we need to do as Biafrans is continue to pray for our leaders within the struggle, continue to encourage them, continue to guide them, continue to make our contribution and input positively, rather than trying to tear down the house that has been built with so much resources over the years. So I want to say thank you very much for staying with us. Thank you very much for giving your time to listen to us. I want you to just share this program, make it go around, tag your friends, and I believe that we are coming to the end of the tunnel because we can see the light. Officially, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taken the Kenyan government to court, and there's going to be court proceedings to challenge the process of his extraordinary rendition in Kenya, which is a very big development. And I believe that with time, the truth is going to come out, because Nigeria have been hiding the process of his abduction and return back to Nigeria. Let's not forget that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted and returned to Nigeria, there was celebration. Lai Mohammed was busy jumping and hearing stories of the five-star life and the beautiful life he was living. But in less than 24 hours, they came back to their senses that a very big mistake had been made. And I can tell you that there is no longer celebration in the camp of the enemy. Rather, we are the ones celebrating, because there is a lot of work to be done on their part for clarification, and they cannot escape this time around because of the desperation. The desperation of the Nigerian state have pushed them to take the wrong step, and every time they get desperate, they take the wrong step, they fall deeper. The Nigerian state fall deeper into the pit that they have dug for Biafran people. And I can tell you that at the end of the day, victory shall be ours. I want to thank you. And do you have any question for me, Mazi?
Yes, my question to you, Mazi.
Speak up, please.
My question to you, Mazi Patrick Ikem, is that I want to know.
Yeah, you can. Yes.
I want to know if, since Biafra have started in 2013 up to date, in the whole world, whatever they are gathering or whatever they are doing their protest, have you ever heard that Biafra committed one crime, and in which country that they committed crime? Why should these people start with terrorists over there?
Yeah, when you look at the issue of the proscription of IPOB, it was done, with the intention of silencing the voice of freedom. IPOB have never committed any crime that would have deserved or that have warranted the proscription, but it was strategically done through a fierce court order, thinking that the moment they tag IPOB terrorist organization, that people will start, running away from joining IPOB or identifying themselves with the struggle. But unfortunately, people have shown their determination by continuously identifying themselves with IPOB. I'm a member of IPOB, and if you look at me, do I look like a terrorist? That is the question. And when you look out there, you see the Italian police protecting the indigenous people of Biafra. Around the world, terrorists are meant to be hunted, not to be protected. So how come that a terrorist organization like IPOB is being protected by an international recognized police institution like Italy? That calls for questioning when it comes to the activities of Nigeria and the basis for the proscription. The proscription of IPOB is only a local arrangement as far as I'm concerned, and that local arrangement has failed, Mazi.
Yes, okay. And another question I want to ask: people that is not learned and not well educated, and they are living inside the bush of the country called Nigeria, How come AK-47 is part of their business?
Well, when you look at the funding of the Boko Haram in the first place, recently we've seen that the United Arab Emirates have listed names of sponsors of Boko Haram. And the United States is also coming up with another list of sponsors of Boko Haram. And these are prominent Nigerians. And we've seen also T.Y. Danjuma in one of his press conferences said that the security forces are colluding with the bandits to terrorize the people. So you find out that the security forces, we've seen also instances where even the bandits and the herdsmen have come out to say that they are getting supplies from the security forces, involved the army, the police, and the DSS and whatever. So you find out that the ammunition, the AK-47 you are talking about, is being supplied by the security forces, which is the agent of the government that Muhammad Buhari heads. So, I mean, it is very clear that this is a well-state-sponsored terrorist organization, yes.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, speak up a bit.
It's obvious that Nigerian government and how we say the leaders of the southeastern part of Nigeria, which is the Biafra now, that they know what they did by prescribing IPOB as a terrorist. But indeed, IPOB, they are peaceful demonstrators, just asking for their rights, you know, and asking for a referendum. And you can see that those that are supposed to be proscribed as a terrorist, like the herdsmen, Mieti, Ala, Boko Haram, they treat them with ease and give them whatever they want. And if they are even not even calling them terrorists, they are calling them bandits, you know. So this shows, I think this shows that they have a new proofs, as our leader has been saying in Nnamdi Kanu, that they have a hidden agenda. They want to conquer everywhere in Nigeria and enslave people and impose Islamic religion into the people. Now, up to this extent, you can see that the whole Biafra, both abroad and at home, have already mapped up or stepped up a strategy now of protesting, because it's like protesting in Nigeria is prohibited. You protest, they kill you. They bring the military, you know, and kill and be killing every day. So now people are tired of being dying and they are no more afraid. It's okay. They stay at home. Come to kill them at home. Is it not yet time for the Southeast leaders or the politicians to rethink and know that this is no more a joke, to understand that this is what the people want. Let them call the government to come and do the rightful thing, to come and declare this referendum, because asking for a referendum is not a crime. Yeah. The British, they asked for a referendum, and they from Europe, and they got their referendum. They are away from this. Why is it that Biafra only is a crime?
Well, Maz, like you talked about the Eastern governors, the Igbo politicians, the Eastern region politicians. You see, the problem with these politicians is that they have seen Nigeria as a state that can accommodate their excesses. When it comes to the issue of corruption, they are so corrupt that it is difficult for them to see a well-structured Biafran state that cannot accommodate the same corruption. I can't imagine a situation where I am in an institution or in an environment where I can get away with the excesses of corruption and all the, you know, the beautiful things according to them that makes them happy, and now start, you know, abandoning it and clamoring for a country like Biafra, well-structured Biafra, that will not give you the possibility to steal money or loot the people. All the politicians you see today fighting against Biafra know that Biafra will not give them the possibility to loot the money. Dave Umar, he knows that as a governor in a Biafran state, he cannot loot. Obiano knows that as a governor in a Biafran state, that he cannot keep Anambra State infrastructure the way it is, that the people will ask questions. All the senators know that the constitutional, their allocations, that their allocations will be accounted for when Biafra comes. So that when you see them fight against Biafra, not for any other reason, because in Nigeria they are accommodated with corruption. And it is only in Nigeria that corruption, they can be protected. They can be protected, they have immunity. All the governors have immunity under Nigeria constitution. So that immunity protects them from persecution while in office. And Biafra might not give such an immunity as a governor. So you don't expect him to, go for a more stricter and also a society benefit all. So when you see them fight against Biafra, they are fighting Biafra because they know that in Biafra there will not be corruption. But in Nigeria, there is so much corruption that gives them the possibility to get richer. So that is the reason. So when it comes to the proscription of IPOB, using these Eastern region politicians, Eastern governors, because they have also been given the offer that the moment you take IPOB out of the way, they will have a possibility to have Igbo presidency. The essence of the proscription of IPOB is to show Nigeria that, listen, we want to be part of Nigeria. All these people you see as IPOB are trying to destroy our chances of becoming president of Nigeria. So they are fighting everything to prove to their Fulani masters that, look, we don't want Biafra, we just want you to give us Igbo president. And they believe that by proscribing IPOB, they have been able to make that point.
And another question I want to ask you now. Seeing what is happening all over the world, all the protests from IPOB all over the world, America, in Europe, and in African countries as well, due to what happened, the manner the Nigerian government has kidnapped, forcefully renditioned the IPOB leader back to Nigeria, committing international crime, against humanity, and IPOB has taken it upon them, protesting everywhere, and even calling sit at home. Is it not, and they still head bent not to do the needful, the Nigerian government and even the Eastern governors? Do you think that is it not time for IPOB to step up more harsher, disobedient, extend more
what happened is that when we look at the issue of the sit at home, our issue of the sit at home is a well-structured strategy, and this strategy has to be well used. We have to be careful that we don't abuse it in order not to fall into disadvantage of our people as well, because when every Monday sit at home was instituted, we had a call from our leader Mazin Namdekan, who said halt it, because he understands that every Monday sit at home could have effect on the life of our people. And Mazin Namdekan is somebody who has the people so much at heart, and he doesn't even mind remaining in that DSL dungeon as long as it doesn't affect the economic well-being of our people. Because what is important for him is the well-being of our people. And that is the reason he said halt it. But on the part of the people are saying, as much as you have led us to this point where you have always told us what to do, this time around, we are going to take issues in our own hands. And don't forget that the Directorate of State came out with the suspension order that people should move about their duties. And the people said, we are going to continue every Monday to sit at home, first of all, to show love to the leader of IPOB, Mazen Namdekano, and secondly, to also show the Nigerian government that we have waken up to the reality that we can no longer be taken for granted. You know, so every Monday sit at home continuation covers a whole range of issues that the people have also been able to demonstrate unity among themselves. Because a few years back, we've never seen a situation where the entire eastern region, everybody came together, speaking in the same voice and taking the same decision at the same time without even much of a coordination. So it is something that we need to appreciate and encourage, that anybody who chooses to sit at home can do that on their own. And also to prove a point that IPOB is not the one forcing anybody to sit at home, that it is a voluntary cause. Okay, yeah, another question I have, this is my last question for you, okay? I've had a program whereby the Southeastern Senate Minority Group in NAS, they made a statement and worries about the sit at home, that the economy is going down, and they're talking about only the economy, instead of even mentioning, not even saying anything about their own son or their own brother that was extraordinarily renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria. They have never made a comment about that. And to add a salt to an injury, saying that the environment, the sit at home being imposed and all this is kind of creating an unconducive environment, business environment to Biafra, to the Biafra land, that is to the Igbo land. If you go to the all this Aba market, main market, Onisha, they are all like dirty, flooded, people even swimming, going to their racing, you know. And I'm asking, is this the environment they are talking about, or does it mean the environment, their own business environment, whereby they make their own allocation, collect the allocation, go to their government houses, they are no more receiving the money, they are lamented? To me, is it not a slap to the people? And the people have to, I think, what do you think about this statement by the let me tell you minority? Just hold the camera effectively. Yeah, you understand. Yeah. One thing you need to understand is that all the senators and the political leaders are coming out to make statements because they feel that their ego have been touched. They have lost control. They have lost control of the people. It's not just about the economy. It's not just because they have never been interested about the economy of the people. If they were interested about the economy of the people, they would have given the environment of this economy a better infrastructure. They would have created a good infrastructure for this business environment that they are complaining about. But their problem is that they are losing relevance. They are losing relevance. Yeah. All the story about the economy is just a kind of cover-up. Yeah. Because they are not interested in the economy of the people. If they were interested in the economy of the people, they would have built industries. They would have built companies that would have employed young people. When you look at the eastern region today,
that will be creating
the
jobs.
level of unemployment is on the high side. Now, these people who are coming out to talk about the economy, what is the amount of investment that have they put into the economy of the eastern region in the first place? Before you come out as a senator, as a governor, to talk about the economy of the eastern region, the question we are asking is, how much have you invested as a governor in the infrastructure that will propel the progress of the economy of the eastern region? That is the question. Okay.
Okay.
You know, so
it
is completely incomprehensible for the political leaders who have failed economically to come and talk about economy.
Okay, my question to you, or my this thing to you, is that we have been with Nigeria for...
Raise your voice a bit so that our viewers can...
Nigeria for 60, almost 50 something years.
Yes.
And I want to use this parable to you. You know, when you give somebody 100 euro, for example,
yes.
He said no. I don't know if you give 50 euro, whether he will take it. So between these years we have been always fight and quarrel. Do you think if there is restructure Nigeria again, they will still have peace? Or do you think that everyone should separate and watch maybe 50 years and see how each other between Yoruba, Hausa and Biafrans, see how everyone is interested to love one another, to know if we may come back or we may. What do you think about that?
Well, we're talking about restructuring. Restructuring is something that has been on the table for a very long time. And in the first place, you have to talk about restructuring when there is a structure. The question is, in Nigeria, are there structures? And what are you restructuring in the first place? Buhari will tell you that even bringing Sharia into the mainstream Nigerian government is also part of restructuring. That the Sharianization and the Fulanization is also part of restructuring. You know, so when we talk about restructuring, in which context? Is it in the context of the Islamization? Or is it in the context of the Fulanization? You know, so we have to define it. And this is where the confusion comes in. You know, so that is the reason we are telling people that as far as we are concerned, the restructuring is not, you know, then when you talk about the economic restructuring, now, even the Northerners are not even buying the idea of the economic restructuring. You understand what I'm saying? So, the position of the people and my own position is, already we have been able to identify that we are not one people, that Nigeria is not one, that Hausa is Hausa, Fulani is Fulani, Igbo is Igbo. And we've been able to come to terms with the amalgamation process that it is false. Coming to terms with this reality, the best thing for everybody is to return back home, talk to yourself, and make a decision. If you want to be part of the bigger Nigerian entity, then we cannot come on the table to discuss how we want to live together. And that is why we are requesting for referendum. That people should return back to their homes. The people of the Eastern region should go back home. The people of the Oduduwa should go back home. The people of the Hausa and the Fulani should go back home, talk to themselves, and if in the nearest future we decide to be one Nigeria, we can still do that through another referendum.
Exactly.
So the idea of restructuring is something that we cannot comprehend, because Sharianization of Nigeria is also part of restructuring. The Fulanization is also part of the restructuring, in their own interpretation.
So it's like saying you don't restructure when there's no structure.
There are no structures.
There's no structure.
There are no
exactly.
structures.
That is it. You don't structure. You don't restructure when there's no structure. And there's no system.
There is no system in Nigeria. So where do you start?
And that is why nothing is working.
Nothing is working.
And the people are not together to restructure, if there's even a structure.
Exactly. Nigeria do not have a structure.
Exactly.
The system is already, from the foundation is you know, 100% faulty, and we can no longer sustain it.
Okay.
You know, so I want to say thank you for this time you've given to me. It's been a wonderful time sharing this moment with our viewers, and I believe that a lot of people are sharing the program, and we will be you know, we will be rounding up maybe in the next few